Hey, free woman. So, if you didn't know already, I have been busy making response videos on my new Frugivore channel. So, go over there and check them out and subscribe. I'll leave a link in the description. I'm actually currently making a coronavirus diet best foods to eat to build immunity for your gut microbiome. So, that video I will release on my new channel, and I think it's going to blow your mind, honestly. It's going to make you stronger than ever. So a lot of you have been asking for videos about the coronavirus, which predictably originated in animals and spread to humans, just like SARS, Ebola, the swine flu, bird flu, etc. And what is quite eerie and ironic is if you reorder the letters of coronavirus, it comes out as carnivorous. So the writing is on the wall, folks. There has never been a better time to stop eating animals and their secretions. You know, the kill rate of this virus is quite low. Imagine it was like 50%, which would mean basically goodbye to the human species. So not only is it unnecessary and cruel to eat animals, but we must stop if we want to protect our future as a species. What I want to focus on today, though, is one of the outcomes of this situation, and that is this toilet paper hoarding. It wasn't exactly easy for me to film footage for this video, so you get a demo of me in my ultra high fashion denim shorts. So anyway, I went to the supermarket today and saw the empty shelves where toilet paper and actually all sorts of tissues used to sit. And I did touch on this in an earlier video about being prepared in case the system went down. But hoarding toilet paper is not what I meant. And people are literally getting in fights about toilet paper. I saw this video, which I'm sure a lot of you have, of these embarrassing Australians fighting over the dunny paper. Yes, literally punching up over it. So I felt that this video was necessary. Honestly, please stop being pathetic. Quit using bleached paper to smear poop around your butt and get a bum gun. Most of the world uses a bidet or a bum gun already, but Westerners for some reason insist on walking around with caked on crusties. I mean, I've been using a bum gun for about 13 years now, and it is life-changing. I probably saved about $1,000 over that time in toilet paper, but best of all, there's no soggy leftovers or potentially harboring disease, just a sparkling fresh anus that would make any mum proud. I've used toilet paper maybe a handful of times over the past few years. If I go to the public toilets, I will take a bottle with a spray top on it. I use a small towel at home to just blot and soak up any water left over, which it isn't much, and you are good to go. So a bum gun is where it's at. But if you don't use a bum gun, you can use one of these non-electric bidet spray cold water bathroom toilet seat attachment wash cleaner. So there it is there. You can see the spray coming out, and I know it looks pretty scary, but I recently used one of these in Bali and it's amazing. It is incredibly accurate, and you can make it harder or softer. You can make the stream stronger or weaker. It's really, really good. And this one is incredibly cheap. So, you know, just look out for these. Go on eBay maybe and buy one of these and forget about the toilet paper. You don't have to even worry at all about the toilet paper. You do not need it. It is not a prepping thing that you are going to need, okay? There's always alternatives, and this is a brilliant one. And there's no electricity needed. It's quite easy to attach to your toilet, I believe. But this is what I'm using at the moment. We've got a composting toilet, and we use just a basin as a bidet, and we use a spray gun. It's super easy, it's simple, it's clean, there's no toilet paper involved. So we have literally millions of people walking around with crusty, dirty butts thinking they are clean, which just blows my mind. You know, toilet paper may move crap around, but it doesn't remove it. That's something you need to understand. And you should definitely be considering this if you suffer from urinary tract infections. So while we're on the topic of pooping, let's talk about squatting, because I know a lot of you still don't do it, and squatting is really important if you want to have a complete bowel movement and not be carrying around extras when you don't need to. And that's why we have this squatting toilet. We made this toilet, which actually helps facilitate squatting, because you can just put your feet on either side of the toilet seat and squat. And you could also sit on it as well, which I'm going to demonstrate here, but I prefer to squat because it is much healthier. It is natural. We are designed to squat when we go to the toilet, so we have that complete bowel movement. So as you can see on the left, this is a normal way that people sit on the toilet, and I'm sure you do that too. And to the right is natural squatting position, which is better for your bowels. And I know some of you might be scared. You're like, well, I'm going to break the toilet or whatever. Well, there are solutions to that as well. You can use a squatty potty, which helps. It isn't as good as squatting, but you put your feet up and it helps with elimination. So what we can see here is a puborectalis muscle chokes the rectum. So that is going to give you a problem with eliminating a full bowel movement. On the right, you can see with this person's used a squatty potty example or squatting. Squatting relaxes the puborectalis muscle, allowing easier elimination. So I wanted to talk briefly about the benefits of composting toilets. Firstly, the question many of you probably have on your mind, does it smell? The answer is absolutely not. There is no odor, so there's no need to worry about that. I actually find traditional porcelain toilets hold more odor. So as you can see, it was quite easy to put together. It's also a self-contained unit, so it doesn't require you to hook up any pipes, and these loos are immediately ready to use. So we made ours for less than $200, but you can even just use a big bucket and a lid if you want to go a lot less fancy. There is no septic system required, so no one has to come and empty it periodically. There is no water needed to operate the system, which is perfect for drought-prone locations. You know, I think one of the most important benefits is you are making free compost to feed your fruit trees and garden, and then ultimately feed back to yourself, which is an awesome thing to keep that cycle going. So from what I've researched, the average American uses 74 gallons or 280 litres of water per day, and 1/3 of that goes down a flushing toilet. A composting toilet, on the other hand, can save you more than 6,600 gallons or 24,000, nearly 25,000 litres of water per person a year. You know, that is huge. And let's not forget conventional waste treatment systems, both sewers and septic systems, pump our human waste into the ocean and waterways. Open water swimmers have even reported swimming through waste like poop, condoms, tampons, and baby wipes that have been flushed down the toilet. You know, even cruise ships in the US waters alone dump more than 1 billion gallons of sewage a year. Then we have people eating fish and other seafood out of the ocean. It is not safe. You know, there's little wonder the majority of our population is sick. There is also the fact that a large portion of the fish humans eat is contaminated by toxic pharmaceutical chemicals. So scientists discovered that the pharmaceuticals we ingest are not always fully processed by our bodies and end up being flushed into our water sewage pipelines. When cities dump waste into the ocean, these city officials are also dumping all the pharmaceutical chemicals humans consume, such as antibiotics, heart medications, and even Viagra. So eventually the fish in the ocean end up digesting this toxic waste as their daily diet. And then we eat the fish filled with harmful HRT drugs. Well, I don't, that's for sure. And I recommend you to also remove all seafood from your diet immediately. It is not safe. Okay, so just to recap this video, stop being ridiculous and hoarding paper for your butt, and get a bum gun, a bidet, or a spraying toilet. Remember, you are not removing the poop when you wipe it around. You're just moving it around down there and risking harboring disease, which is of course not what you want during this coronavirus outbreak, when you want to be as healthy as possible and have a strong immune system. And speaking of your immune system, I'm going to be making that video, like I said earlier, on my new channel, The Frugivore, so make sure you go over there and subscribe, and I will see you over there so we can talk about your precious gut microbiome and how it is so important for your immune system and how it influences what you eat, what weight you are, and everything like that. So, okay, so I will see you next video. Stay safe.